3 of your ritual series. So this class is about core foundations and stability. You're encouraged to move mindfully, breathe deep, and just take things at your own pace. Remember, we're not aiming for perfection. We are aiming for space and consistency to build a routine for you. To begin, we'll lay on our backs and just connect with our bodies. Start to breathe deep, placing your knees in a bent position so your feet are on the mat, your hands onto your belly or to your hip bones. Close the eyes and just breathe. Take a moment to inhale and exhale through the nose. And maybe just think about your intention today for this specific class. Next inhale, we're going to bring both knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side. Again, flutter the eyes open if you choose, or keep them closed to stay connected to the practice. Your next exhale, let that right leg float down to the earth. Keep the left knee bent. Very softly, let's switch sides. Grab the right knee into the chest, left leg floats. Using your breath and find that natural pause in between your inhale and exhale. Continue this for a couple more rounds. Let's bring both knees into the chest now, hugging them in. And dropping the feet down to the mat. Make sure your feet are hip-width apart. Let's sweep the arms up over our head. Gently start to bring the belly button towards the spine. Allow the low back to melt into the earth, finding little pelvic tilts here. So just using the core, tune into how this feels for your body. Notice if there's any tension and find your edge, meaning where can I go to a point where there might be a little bit of challenge, but not super discomfort and pain. We're all built differently, so this is really a mindful approach to just connecting with the womb space, the pelvic area, the low back, and the hips. On your next one, let's inhale the arms around as you lift the hips and exhale to lower down. Little bridge flows. Taking a few of those. Last one. Last one, lower down. Let's interlace the hands behind the head. Keep the elbows open, keep the neck high. Bring both legs to tabletop, toes pointed, knees stacked over the hips. Next, inhale, drop the right foot. Exhale to bring that leg back up. Follow through the breath, left foot drops with the inhale, exhale to come up. So just finding a rhythm in our toe taps. Make sure the core stays engaged, that tailbone slightly tucked under or the belly button towards the spine as you find control with each dip in the foot and your breath is moving. So again, inhale to tap down, exhale to come up. If having your neck high or your head lifted is too much today, you can always lower it down to the mat, but keep the elbows open. Breathe deep. Gently. Lower your head down. Let's exhale. Bring those knees into your chest, hugging and squeezing, releasing and taking a breath. We'll interlace again and bring those knees back to tabletop, this time finding a long leg extension. Inhale to bring the leg long, exhale to crunch in. Pointing or flexing the feet, so both will give you a different variation. You decide what feels good today. Always coming back to the stability in your low back and core, keeping the arms open whether your head is lifted or not. Breathing deep. Nice work. Just a few more here. And lower down your head. Take a breath. We're gently going to lift again. This time place your left hand onto your right thigh. Bring your right elbow towards your left leg for a little crunch. Extend it long. So staying long here, crunching in. Exhale in, inhale long. So working one side at a time. You can use a Pilates ball onto your thigh if you choose, but we're just keeping things simple here. Creating some resistance between your left thigh and your left hand as you crunch inward. That leg stays stable. This is key. If you find that it's moving, take a breath, reset, and begin again. And release. That is a burner, I know. That's why these classes are so small. Again, we're not aiming for perfection. Let's bring the right hand to our left thigh and begin on the other side. That left elbow to your right knee, this time crunching in, lengthening out. Exhale in, inhale long. Checking in with that core, making sure there's stability in that leg. Not moving, the opposite leg rather, where your hand is planted. And release. Let's just drop the knees over to one side. You can place your hands in cactus or arms up over the head. Just finding a little stretch into the belly and hips. When you're ready, lengthen long the feet on the mat, legs together, arms up over your head. Take a big full body stretch. We're going to begin inhaling into our roll up. We stack our hips up and then we find a fold. So take your time with this. Come back to your sit bones, tall spine, and then exhale, reverse down. Inhale through the fingertips, lifting yourself high. Stack shoulders over hips, then find a fold. So adding a little bit of a yoga perspective here. We're finding space in the hips for that forward fold. We're finding control as we roll down. Last one here. Inhale long. Nice and tall spine, exhale, fold. Taking the fold a little extra here for some release. Gently lift up. We're going to bend that left leg, bring the left arm over our head, stacking over our shoulder, and right arm out. Begin lifting that right leg. Inhale long, exhale, crunch in. So you lean back long, exhale in, bending into the knee. That right leg doesn't melt down, and you're constantly moving with your breath. It's a burner. It gets into the hip flexors and low back. So be sure to keep that core stable by lifting the chest and not sinking into the belly. Just a few more here. Dropping the other side. Left arm extends long, left leg is long, right knee is bent, right arm over. Exhale in. Inhale long. Pull through with the chest. Keep that core stable. Nice work. And release here. Hug those knees in. It's a burner. Take whatever you need just for a little release. And a big breath, of course. We're going to come into tabletop position and immediately tuck those toes. So make sure the spine is neutral, core is neutral. Gently lift the knees and start to exhale, twist to the side, come back to center and over to the other side. So taking your time with this, you want the hips and the lower body to be working. The core is stable, so the bum isn't lifting above the shoulders too much. Take your time with this, even if you did 3 amazing ones. And when you've gotten a few of those twists in, come to center. Let's start a gentle pulse, coming from the quads, just gently pulsing up. Breathing deep, spine neutral. Gently release down, send the hips back. Little child's pose here, wide leg. We're going to come on to our sides now. So let's drop down to the forearm. And then swing the left hand forward. Knees are stacked, hips are stacked. When in position, lift the right arm over, fingertips long, and we'll begin lifting the hips off the mat. Exhale, lower down. So just a little pulse here. We're not going all the way down, and you're using the core and inhaling long through the spine just to lift. Following your breath. Inhale to lift, exhale to dip. Hold this last one. And release. Moving on to the other side. Right forearm supports you. Knees are stacked, left arm lifts. Begin inhaling up, exhale down. So don't let the chest drop here. Try to lengthen through the spine and the core so the belly as well stays lifted. While more subtle, this can also draw up some tension in the low back. So just be mindful of your movement and breath. Last one, we pause, hold at the top, and release down. Coming to both forearms again, we're finding a forearm plank. Step both legs back. Begin drawing the right knee towards the right elbow and then extend the leg long so it does not tap back down. While you're doing this, you're keeping the core stable so you're not feeling dipping into that low back or even weighing onto the right or left side. Keep the hips part of this. And drop that foot down. Let's go to the other side. Left knee towards the left elbow. Core is strong. Lengthen